Hey guys, so in this video I'll be sharing with you my stock market analysis and update for the week of 10 to the 14th of June. So as usual, we begin first by taking a look at the indexes, followed by some of the stocks that I'm currently taking a look at. Right, so let's begin with the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is on a very clear uptrend, right? So actually we broke above this short pause over here. So the pause started back in late March, and then the S&P 500 actually broke out middle of May. Then it retested the breakout level, but it found support, and then right now it's trending higher nicely, right? So you can see that the S&P 500 is putting in higher lows and also higher highs, and then it's also trading above its key moving averages, and then the key moving averages are also sloping upwards. So that's everything that we want to see in a trending market, right? But for this one, exception for my trading would be that even though the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, as we will see later, are trending higher and then they are in an uptrend, right? Underneath the surface of these indexes, actually, for my kind of trading and the stocks on my watch list and my portfolio, not a lot of breakouts are falling through, and then not a lot of stocks are falling through. So actually the breadth of the market is not the best, and it has been deteriorating for the past couple of weeks, right? So we can see this in the net highs and lows value. So let me bring this up. So this is the net new highs and or net highs versus net lows, right? So the difference between the two is this value over here, right? So as you can see, for this day it's negative 31. So they take the net high minus the net lows, and then this is the value. So if we go on to the weekly time frame and we look at the net highs lows value, right, you can see that since the end of April or start of May, the value has been falling, right? So this shows that actually throughout this past 4 or 5 weeks, right, the net highs and net lows value is actually decreasing consecutively week over week, and you can see that over here, right? So this is this backs up what I'm currently seeing in the market in terms of my watch list as well, right? So the stocks on my watch list are not performing as well. They're not falling through. Even if they break out, they tend to break back below the breakout level, right? So this net highs and net lows values confirm this. And then we also take a look at the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq, let me minimize this tab over here. Right, so Nasdaq is also on a clear uptrend, right? Similar to the S&P 500, making higher lows, higher highs, trending above the key moving averages. Key moving averages are sloping up, right? So that's for the Nasdaq. But most of this move is actually by the large cap, especially Nvidia, right? So let's take a look at Nvidia. So Nvidia actually recently announced its stock split, right? So it's 10-to-1 stock split, and then it has been just going up relentlessly, right? So on earnings, it actually gap up, and then like right now, it's still moving higher. But as you can see, if we zoom out a bit, right, Nvidia is hitting its at the top part of its trend line over here, right? So usually when a stock hits the top of the trend line, there's a high probability that you will reverse back down, right? So we can see that actually this corresponds very nicely to Thursday's session, right? So prices actually went up and then faced resistance over here, and then right now it declined back below the trend line over here. And another thing is that if you take a look at the chart, right, on the daily chart, you notice that Nvidia looks at least short-term extended, right? So sure, like it's still on an uptrend, but then like to me, in my own personal opinion, it looks short-term extended, which was why I took off my remaining position in Nvidia on this day over here. So I did not catch the high, right? So you can see that prices actually opened higher the next day, but then intraday, but then like at the end of the day, it closed below this level. So we can't always sell at the top, but then what we can do is always sell at multiple times of our risk. So if you can keep doing that, then like you'll be profitable in the markets, right? So that's for Nvidia. So just to show that like a lot of the moves made by the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq is by like large cap stocks, especially in Nvidia. So now let's take a look at the IWM. So IWM is for the small to mid cap stocks, right? So you can see that very clearly small to mid cap stocks haven't been performing as well as the large caps, right? And you can see that while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are making all-time highs, you see that the IWM actually has trouble breaking above this resistance over here, right? So you can see the resistance started back in early 2022, and then like right now, every time the IWM reaches this level, it can't break above the level. So we can see that clearly that the IWM is lagging, and it also represents the state of the small to mid cap stocks, right? So small and mid cap stocks are not performing as well as like the larger cap stocks, especially Nvidia. So for uptrend to be sustainable and to be strong, we ideally want to see broad participation in all of the stocks, right? So not just large cap, not only just like large cap stocks, but mid cap and small cap stocks as well. So that's for the indexes. Now let's take a look at some individual names. So these are some of the stocks that I own, right? So this is HIMS. I bought on this day over here. So over here it gap up, and then like I waited for a retest of this close over here. So prices gap up over here, and then it broke above this line. So I bought in on this day, and then right now it's still moving up quite nicely. The next one is ASPN. So actually ASPN I've been holding for quite a while now, right? So I bought on this gap up day over here. So you can see that it broke above its base over here on strong earning results, and then it's been trending above the 10-day moving average very nicely, which is the reason why I haven't fully gotten out of my position. So I actually took some profits off already, but then the remaining I'm trailing above the key moving averages, and you can see that right now ASPN is trailing above the key moving averages very nicely. Next is OM. Okay, so OM I bought on I think was this day over here, so the 4th of June, right? So strong move up, it serves the moving averages, and then you can see prices actually tighten up, right? So forming a VCB type pattern over here. So you can see this was the first contraction, then we had the second contraction, and then prices broke out on this day over here, and then right now it's doing very nicely. Then next one is RGF. So same thing, strong move up, then you see like there was this dense volume bars, right? So multiple days of very strong and above average volume, and then like it needed to consolidate a move, and then you can see prices actually tightening up over here, and then it broke out on this day over here initially, but then intraday it reverses back down, and then on the next day also reverses back down below the breakout level, and then right now it's above, and then like it's doing well. So I bought on this day over here. So we'll see how it goes, right? So that's some of the stocks that I own. Then now let's take a look at some of the stocks that I'm taking a look at for this week, right? So SMRR. So I actually bought some SMRR pre-market, right? So because it broke above my breakout level over here, so I added some outside trading hours. So strong move up, you can see multiple gap ups, right? So this is the first gap up, second gap up, right? And then on strong volume, and then right when it declined, it found support at the 10-day moving average. So that's SMRR. So I should add it to my currently owned stocks. Yep. So that's SMRR. IPW also strong move up, decline, found support at the 10-day moving average, and then like you can see prices are tightening up. So if it can tighten up a bit more, so ideally it tightens up maybe in the next few days or 1 week will be better, but if it breaks out, then I definitely will take a step at it. Next one is JWEL. So if we zoom out, you can see that like very strong move over here, and also on very, very strong volume. So it's moving sideways, so you can break above this level, and then right now we also have to contend with the 200-day moving average overhead. So if you can break above this level and above the 200-day moving average, is very bullish in my opinion, right? So let's take a look at one last stock. So this one is CLEU. So strong move up, broke above the key moving average over here, and then right now I'm looking for it to consolidate and move sideways for a couple of days. then if it does break above this level, then I'll look to take a position in this stock. Right, so that's a quick overview of the markets and some of the stocks that I currently own and some of the stocks that I'm currently taking a look at. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next video. To your financial success.